Hi, I'm Andrew Cosgrave. We're going to do a lesson today on positivity. It's one of my favourite topics. And this is a reflection on a conversation I have with some of my agents in the office under our advanced training that we do every couple of weeks. And it's on positivity. So it's an abbreviation I use, obviously plus VE, being positive. Such an important thing to do in real estate. We started off the conversation. I got everyone in the room to write down on a piece of paper the 4 most positive people in the office. Just list them down, and then once we'd done that, I got each person to read out their top 4. Everyone agreed, the very first person, everyone, 100% of the people in the audience said that person. And the next 3 were basically those 3 in different various orders. But what we did notice is each of those 4 people were actually some of the most successful people in the office. So, are the most positive people in the office positive because they're successful, or are they successful because they're positive? I'd argue the latter. The reason why they're so successful is because they're positive. So we went through this little exercise that you can do in your brain when you're talking to someone, when you're talking yourself. Just draw a line, and on one side of the line write positive in your mind and negative. Every time that person talks, give them a score. Okay, they are now talking positively. We're talking about the amazing weather. They're now talking about the market's been rubbish, haven't sold a house in 10 years, got a flat tyre, my partner's given me grief. It's a really good exercise, and you realise that you're hanging around a negative person. You can give people a score, so you give them a percentage. How positive are they? But more importantly, we can use this own exercise on ourselves. So when we're talking to people, am I talking positively or negatively? And let's face it, people want to be around positive people. People want to list or do business with positive people. And a good way to exercise on this is to remember this word here, control. Because in the particular lesson that we had, one agent started to talk about the competition and how good the competition were. Can we control the competition? No, so why talk about it? So we moved away from stuff that we can't control. And we started to make a list of what we can control. And it's funny, the most positive person in the room said, well, I can control my smile. Really good point. Am I smiling? How often am I smiling? People love to see a smile. It's so easy to do. But to be aware of it's probably the most important thing. And it's very positive. Another word that came out is gratitude. When we're sitting in a cafe, it might be pouring rain outside, but we're lucky enough to be sitting in a cafe and having a nice cup of coffee, really tasting the coffee, smelling the roses, smelling the coffee. Really focusing on positivity. Some of the other things we talked about, what we could control, was energy. So our energy, we can actually control our energy. Are our shoulders back? Are we walking quickly? Are we smiling? Are we energetic? People that are not less energetic are less attractive, really. And finally, perspective. Our perspective, and a good exercise to use perspective is a good old glass half full, glass half empty exercise. So let's say there's a glass. And we all know that if the glass is half full, it's positive. And if the glass is half empty, it's a negative. The glass is the glass. How we decide to look at the market is the market. How is the market at the moment? One of the most common questions we get asked in real estate. Well, there are more people coming to open homes. Interest rates aren't going down. Very positive. How's the market? Well, I it's really quiet, haven't sold a house for a while, interest rates are not going down. That's a negative thing. Exactly, you're just describing the same glass of water. The market is what the market is. We can't control, but we can control how we perceive the market. And people are really watching us. When we're at an open home, when we're having a cup of coffee with someone, when we bump into someone at a cafe, and they ask us, how's the market? Which is probably the most common question we get asked. How is the market? Market. However you spell it. How is the market? Really good exercise for us to think about, right, what am I going to do here? Am I going to be positive or am I going to be negative? The market, you know what, things are picking up. We're seeing more people at open homes. The royal we sold a house at auction the other day. You don't want to be dishonest about it, but how you describe it is a really big indication to that person of how positive you are. One person said, how's the market? Well, I'm really busy at the moment. I'm just really busy. Much more positive than, well, not much. I don't know what to do with myself. So, good exercise for everyone. When we're walking around in real estate, is the person I'm hanging around positive or negative? Give them a score. Am I positive or negative? When people ask me about my work, how am I coming across? What can I control? Am I smiling? Have I got energy? Am I grateful? And also think about people that are in the branch or the people around you that are positive and successful, and try and reflect on that. Hope this has been useful. We did enjoy the session at the time. I'm Andrew Cosgrave. See you later.